Don't even look at... Okay. Today is June the 25th, 2026. Hi! It's been so long. I'm sorry, I'm really hot. Like, it is currently a heat wave and I'm like dying. And I don't think this window is doing anything, so I'm gonna close it. But if you hear like so many fans, I'm very sorry. But this is my only chance of surviving. No joke. I've got a fan over there, if you can see it. And I've got a fan over here. So if I'm having to project myself, then that's probably why. I am officially in year 12, almost in year 13, which is crazy. And I have started coursework and everything. Okay, so this is so weird. Okay, I'm scared. What do I do? This is gonna go in the bloopers. So I have just finished year 12 basically. Like I'm literally doing year 13 work now, and it's crazy because it's like time goes so fast. Even like the last time I did this, I was in year 11 and I just had prom. You know how weird that is? Like I'm no joke, I'm like screaming internally because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just finished year 12. So things have gone crazy south this year. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that, like, there has been a lot of character development this year. A lot of character development, like crazy amounts of character development. I can't even speak. I'm like so nervous. Like, I'm speaking to you guys again for another year, and that's crazy because I'm literally like, I'm surviving year 12 right now. Well, I've basically survived. Let's just start off with a few things. I can't even think. How am I actually oh my god, I would probably look so different. Okay, so what can I say? Let's start off with my subjects. Look, I'm not even doing chemistry, econ, computer science. I'm not even doing A-levels. You know, last year I actually thought that I would be doing A-levels. Guys, I'm doing BTECs. That's just weird to say now. Look, okay, I would have, like the old me would have probably hate this. But I've changed, obviously, because different alternative... I've changed because there has been different alternative choices in my life, and I've had to take different paths of things, and I've learnt to accept that because I know that it would have been probably good for me in the, like, it would have been good. I've learned to take different paths which may help me, obviously, and I thought that maybe A-levels wasn't like the greatest decision that I could make. Okay, let's just start off, right? Let's start off with results day because I don't think I've talked about like my results that much. Okay, I don't even know where to start. I'm just like so nervous. I'm so nervous. I haven't done this in like a year. Anyways, I'm also say something. It is currently 34 degrees. Where's my iPad? 34 degrees in the UK. I need to check. I wonder if I can check the... Oh yeah, this is the iPad that I've had for 8 years. Nope, 9 years almost. I've currently decorated it. I mean, I've decorated it and it looks really cute. It is currently 25 degrees. It is 10 p.m. by the way. We just had... We look. Look at that. Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? It says today is 32 and tomorrow's gonna be 34 and then Saturday is gonna be 31. Let's just talk about my results. I didn't do that great in my GCSEs. I passed majority of my subjects, but there were two subjects that I failed. I don't even want to talk about them, but you know, it's okay. It's in the past. I can live without them. I had to retake English language because I got a 4, and now I did, and I got a 5. And I wasn't very happy with the 5 actually. I really wanted to get 6 or 7, but you know, it was just like, it's whatever. I mean, I could always like retake it and stuff, but like it hurts, you know. I wanted that 6. In terms of like my A-level results, in terms of my GCSE results being a bit I didn't get the A-levels that I wanted to like get. Like I wasn't allowed to do the A-level subjects that I wanted to do in the first place. So I wanted to do, what is it, maths, econ, chemistry and physics, or maths, econ, maths, econ, physics, computer science, or something like that, right? It's one of those two. And I wasn't able to do them because of my low GCSE grades. So instead I had to do BTECs, and obviously not a lot of people love BTECs. I think BTECs are they're very like, I don't know, not a lot of people like recognize them, and most universities like they accept A-levels rather than BTECs, or just A-levels, by the way, just A-levels and no BTECs. So when I heard this, like I was in like a big fat depressed state, and I think it made my parents worry a little bit, and then it also made me worry a little bit because they were worrying about it a lot. So that happened, and then APS was actually my first option, but then they didn't allow me to get the A-levels that I wanted, and so I had to do BTECs instead. Now I you know what, I did A-level maths, and then I did my 3 BTECs, which is applied science, medical science and business. But because I didn't really do great in maths from both of my mocks, I had to drop it. So I was left with my 3 BTECs, and now here I am, like I'm here. Now I'm doing 3 BTECs, which I shouldn't be frowned upon, but at the same time there's some things that I like about it and there's things that I don't like about it. Let's go to the good things about it first. Is like the good things about it is that I don't have a lot of exams. Like I legit just did all my exams, and now I'm focused on like coursework. And I like how I'm more free in a way, and I feel more organized in a way. Does that make sense? Maybe not, I don't know. The bad things about it is that I get really like distracted very easily because of how much free time I have now, and it's like kind of concerning me a little bit because sometimes I have frees and I like to mess about in them, and especially because of the weather being all this and that, it just like affects me so much, and I don't really like that because it's just not what I want to like I don't want this type of thing. Like I don't want to keep this type of feeling. And because I used to, when I was doing A-level maths, I felt that I was more going to my classes a lot because I had like maybe four lessons every day, sometimes even 5, and like I just wanted to, like, I couldn't even go home because, no joke, who's gonna be going home in like an hour, and then my free is like an hour long, so like even going home would take me like maybe 45 minutes, and I wouldn't even be able to reach back to school in time. So that's a bit of a downfall, that I have more like frees and stuff, and it gets to a point where I'm like so demotivated during those frees, and it's so annoying. I did do tuition for it as well, so I'm currently doing, okay, so Saturday is my last day at tuition, but obviously I'm not doing A-level maths anymore, and well, I don't know what's gonna happen during that tuition, that lesson, but okay. I honestly did not even enjoy A-level maths in the slightest. The only thing I enjoyed about was the actual problems itself and like doing it in class, I guess, but I didn't really enjoy it as a subject because firstly I felt that I was like really behind compared to all my other like all of my other peers around me. Not just that, I felt very like uncomfortable in a way. Like I just did not like the environment I was in, and when I was like, I didn't really have like enough socialization with my peers for me to like the subject. And not just that, revision was really hard as well because I had to catch up, and obviously I was also revising for the exams for BTEC, so even like trying to perform well in the mocks was really difficult. And in my first mock I got a U, and then in the second one, which is very recent in the summer, I got an E, and it just made me question like, what am I here for? Like, do I even enjoy this stuff? Now I love doing maths and I love the problem solving I have, which is why I go to this like 1 week, like 4-week course I'm going right now, which is LMO, and it's every week I have a lesson in Imperial and I go with my friends and blah blah blah, and that's quite fun. So at least I'm engaging in maths, but it's like, it's sad that I'm not in the actual A-level exams and stuff, and it's honestly, I don't even miss it, but I do miss it in the same time because I missed problem solving a lot. I'm going to miss problem solving a lot, which is why now I'm just doing coursework. And if I want to do problem solving, which I really need right now, because I feel very demotivated and I really like just problem solving in general instead of doing a lot of writing and essays. Well, I don't do essays, but writing on a computer every day, I would need to do like maybe 1 or 2 exam questions and stuff to actually get me in the right headspace. Like, I don't know what that is, but it's just like, you know what, it makes sense. What else can I talk about? Yeah, so that kind of happened, and I'm very sorry to my old self for letting her down, because honestly this was not even expected at all. I genuinely thought I did really good in the exams, but you know, there's always these kinds of falls or fallouts or breakages and stuff, and like things don't eventually go your way, and sometimes there will be alternative pathways and just like changes in your life that kind of help you grow. So I think that's pretty cool, and I love how that I'm thinking of this right now, because I just want, like, I'm not saying I'm very scared for the future, but it's great that I have changes, and so I can learn about like new experiences and stuff. So yeah, I think that's my academic fall. But other than that, I'm pretty much okay. My BTECs are fine. I am worrying a little bit because my parents wanted me to do like an A-level, and maths was just there, but I didn't find it too amusing to revise, and like just it was such a pain, and I'm glad that I kind of dropped it, and it was for the best, because I wouldn't have been able to even do the year two content if I was struggling on the year one content. So I think maybe that should have been also put into consideration a little bit. And yeah, that's it from my like academic side. Socially and mentally, things have really changed, and I'm glad to say this because I actually found the start of sixth form quite interesting. And also, like, even after results day, I was just not in the right mindset, I guess, to like focus on. Obviously I was really happy because I like A-level maths, you know, it's fun, blah blah blah. But then when I actually like got into it, I noticed that my BTECs were very much better than A-level maths. And I'm not just saying that because like I heavily favour it and it's easy, blah blah blah. I just loved enjoying, like, I loved the content that I was like revising and just learning about. I love how I'm talking about this, and I feel like I should be putting this in my personal statement. Now UCAS is around the corner and I gotta get started on my personal statement, and why am I talking to this thing when I could be talking about this in my personal statement? I don't even know. So in terms of my social skills, yeah, I found sixth form quite challenging at first because I wasn't sure about my courses and if I would even be able to find new friends. So I think at the start of sixth form I was in a lot of different groups at first, and I was speaking to a lot of people. The first person I did see and notice caught my attention was this one guy. Now, at the start of the year, I had like multiple crushes, and I thought maybe, you know, that's not. You really shouldn't be doing that. But it gets to the point, you know, like, it's the start of sixth form, you're excited, blah 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 blah. Now, I just like, I didn't even think about like this whole kind of love thing. I mean, obviously I thought about it beforehand, like in GCSE time, and I was praying that everyone would get like a lover, blah blah blah. But trust me, man, love is hard. Love is really hard to find in this generation, and in this dunya especially. But at the start of sixth form, right, I noticed one person that two people actually that kind of got my attention. So my first crush was, now we don't even talk about this guy because he was in my form. Obviously you have a small thing like there, like a small fantasy, blah blah blah. Now this thing didn't last very long because another person has caught my attention, and I preferred him over this looking guy. Now, I was in a friend group. Like, I loved that friend group, but it was just not the right, like, I didn't, at first it was the best friend group I've probably ever seen and blah blah blah, and I thought that I belonged in it. And I feel like it was more of my fault because, yeah, it just something, I made a lot of mistakes. That kind of made me realize what type of person I am and how I operate things, and realize that friend group wasn't for me because of a bunch of things and a bunch of events. And I felt that, you know what, things that I did, like, I feel heavy regret for. Like, I hate myself now because of it, and I think these people deserve a better group member-ish other than me. And I'm glad that, like, you know, they kind of kicked me out of the group kind of way. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into details because obviously I'm gonna like look back at this now and then, but I had a friend called And I met him at biology in applied science, because applied science is biochem and physics, so it splits into 3 little classes. So I met him in bio, and honestly we clicked the first time we met, and I thought maybe this guy would have been like my best friend for life or something. So yeah, we clicked very instantly, and honestly, like, this guy has changed my life completely. Anyways, yeah. And we both had different crushes and blah blah blah, and we would help each other, like, you know, get to our crushes. And then we eventually realized that we both liked each other in a way, because we spent so many hours after school, and even in school we spent hours messaging each other, blah blah blah, doing this, doing that. And it realized how much I got my heart attached. And honestly, like, I think that's the most scariest thing. Attachment is the most scariest thing you could ever do to yourself, because it affects you, like, mentally and physically. Now, there was a bit of a misunderstanding, and we did not speak to each other for about 6 to 7 months. And okay, wait, so we stopped talking in October because our group shipped us together, and then that caused a misunderstanding, and then it just wasn't the right, like, kind of thing. We had to distance ourselves away from each other in order to cause harm again. And then it was just a whole 5 months of pure agony. Like, genuinely, I felt like every, like, day I felt like I was yearning, and I was, like, in the worst mindset, because I kept getting dreams about him, and it was absolutely horrid, to the point where I thought maybe I had, like, depression, because I wasn't even socializing well with my friends, and I was just overthinking constantly, and it was the worst state I could have ever been in. And I remember, like, you know, I was so helpless, because back in the day, by the way, I was agnostic. I wasn't even, like, Muslim. Well, I didn't even think myself as a Muslim at the time. I thought I was agnostic completely. And agnostic is basically, obviously, where you believe there's an upper ground, you know, there's the upper world, but you don't believe in a certain faith in a way. So anyways, my birthday came and there was no response, and I think maybe, sorry, when I mean no response, I mean, like, there was no sign of him, and, you know, like, blah blah blah. And obviously it wasn't the greatest mindset I was in. Now, Ramadan came around the corner, which was March, by the way, so it was legit after my birthday, or like a few weeks after my birthday, and Ramadan just started, by the way. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, I kind of want to, like, talk to him about things, because, by the way, we were very incomplete. Our story was very incomplete. We just like left it off at a misunderstanding with bad terms. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, this is really affecting me, like, that badly. I should probably go speak to him. And I also tried to approach it with a religious, like, approach, because at the time it was Ramadan, and I wanted to change something about myself. So I just went in and I tried to talk to him, blah blah blah, and obviously he was a bit shy, not shy, but he was very distant towards me because he knew that we had like bad blood or whatever. And yeah, so I try again and again and again, and I'm starting to get back into Islam again, and I'm praying, and this is like the first time I've probably properly gone back, and I've gone to pray and pray and pray. And I was praying, you know what? Hello? Alright, I'm back. Maybe. My mom just came in, so it's not a big deal, but you know what? She just told me to open the curtains and blah blah blah. My mom just gave me chia seed water. It's so good, by the way. It's so good. It's so refreshing. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I kept praying and praying, hoping that day would come. And eventually, the Iran war started happening, and of course he's Iranian, right? So, I went to go talk to him, and I also actually, first thing is that I noticed him sitting on a bench like by himself, and I was just thinking, he is like in a very depressed state considering what's happening to his home country. So I went to go approach him, and I'm just gonna I'm saying, oh hi, like blah blah, how everything going and blah blah. We talked for a long time, by the way. Obviously keeping distance, blah blah blah. This is during Ramadan, so obviously I'm trying to not bring open anything, but like obviously my mind's like going back to the situation, and I really want to fix things. So, and also thinking about this, by the way, is that when me and some other like situation happened back in like 2024, we did not end up in good terms at all. We ended up really badly, and it came to a point where I just I felt so much regret, and obviously I forgive that person to this day, but it's like, look, I just didn't like how I didn't like how they ended I don't like how they ended things, you get what I mean? And they could have ended it more nicely and not lied to me about things, so like I don't get it. Anyways, moving on to this year, I guess, like Ramadan. We eventually fixed things after maybe 5 hangouts or 5 talks with each other, because I wanted to speak to him and just clear everything up. And yeah, those 5 days were the best days that I could have had this year. And I genuinely love him incredibly to bits, and I've never felt this kind of way for a person at all. Also, remind you, I've not fully moved on. I've not moved on since. I am still in the same kind of space, or square one at least, because I keep reopening things, and not reopening things, but I just talked and talked and talked and talked with him. So yeah, and eventually came down to roughly around April, and alhamdulillah I've gone back to Islam, and I really love that, because if I wasn't like this, I would have just made more bad decisions. So I went back to Islam again, and I'm thinking that this whole situation is, 1, a test, or 2, it is a way or a sign for me to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his direction in life. So yeah, alhamdulillah, I am back to being a Muslim, and I feel very great. I'm back to all my friends who have kept me in their prayers or like kept me in their life, because genuinely I am like, I've never been this grateful for many companions around me. And I'm very happy because, well, I'm not happy, I'm sometimes happy, I'm sometimes not, but like it feels great that I've like made things up. Sorry, not made things up. I've come clean and I've made things up, right? Is that the terminology I would say? I basically just ended with good terms again. This was also it also like goes in with his birthday, and we just like ended things on his birthday, and I thought maybe that was like the sweetest. Also, by the way, I did get him something. I got him cake, but you know what, memories are memories, and I still think about them to this day. A lot of things about him make me very happy, and genuinely when I see him it motivates me to stay in school. And if I don't see him, I get very like anxious, not anxious, but like I get very demotivated, because this guy has made me come into school every day. So if he is ever watching this, normally I wouldn't even do this, because like, you know what, I wasn't even thinking to make this video, because I've been like vlogging all of my things, all my experiences for in my like last vlogs, that like I don't think I need to even retell things like this. But I thought maybe, you know what, it's a great memory that I remember these things and just like tell you guys, and then, well, not tell you guys, but tell myself in the future, in like a few years, this happened and that happened. And I'm grateful because these kinds of things kind of change you in a change you as a person. I feel like that's great. And this is like, these kinds of things make you become, these kinds of things make you become the person you will be in a few years time. So anyways, yeah, and his birthday was like the most amazing day of my life, no joke. 2026, that's like the best day I've had ever since 2026 happened, so that's kind of great. What else can I say? Now I don't want to go too much about my love story too much, because I mean I've already have, and it's been like 7 minutes of me just yapping about this. But yeah, I am, even if I'm not going into the future with him, or blah blah blah, or I'm not being by his side, and I'm not gonna be by his side, I still want the best for him, and inshallah, and for me as well, and inshallah it gets easier for both of us. I know that he's probably like also in the same kind of position, and it's quite hard because obviously today I did see him. I get so squeamish when I see him, oh my god, like genuinely most perfect, like, man, sorry, I can't, and like genuinely I've never met a guy like this, bro. It's bad. Anyways, not the point. We're gonna go to my friendships. My friendships have quite developed in the past. Actually, no, the 7 times the better is still going. It's still like, I love them to bits, guys. I actually love you guys. I'm gonna name you guys: Sonny, 7, Joanna, Rana, Adana. I'm missing one person. Oh shoot, Dorina. Well, me included, but my 7 girls, and including my other ones, Bevelyn, and these are the ones I don't really hang out with, but I'm gonna plan to hang out with: Bevelyn, Sophie, and also my other like friends outside that friend group, I guess, or her outside Hornsey. Anastasia, I don't even know, bro. Everyone, Emily, there's a lot of Emilys, by the way, but Emily, like every single no, the 2 Emilys that I've met, Muskan, I really want to see Muskan. Ezo was like the start of 6th form. Ezo was there. Malia, Sima, Britfell. Bro, these people are just like, they've been there since like, no joke, I love them. Oh, and Serene, I love Serene. I love all of them. I love Ezo. I love all you guys. Even Lucy, I love you guys, bro. I'm not even like just like so many people. And any other like friendships I made in this year, I'm more than happy and grateful. Oh, Rizwan, more than, and Yassine, more than grateful for all these people, and I hope that I eventually like stick with them forever, because genuinely some of these people are like the best. And I also love my cousins, Joy, Farah, Ariana, blah blah blah, everyone. I just love, like, I love it. I love life right now. Obviously I'm still stressed, but it's like, what can I do? I don't really know what to say, but I feel like that's probably the best for me. I really want to do radiography. And obviously UCAS is around the corner, and I really want to go to City, St. George's, and if not that, I really want to go to LSBU, which is London South Bank. Either those 2, or King's maybe, but we're not too sure. And yeah, hopefully things do go down to plan. If not, I don't know what I would be doing. Maybe foundation year, or maybe I really want to do either therapeutic radiography or diagnostic radiography. I'm more leaning towards diagnostic, but whatever. I don't really know what to say, but I've gotten into buses because V, yeah, his nickname's V, by the way, V. Yeah, so I've gotten into buses, trains, planes, blah blah blah. What else have I done? Yeah, I've just been like, I can't, I don't even know what to think. Like, I'm just in like the most craziest like state I'm in, and we have like maybe 2 weeks left, which is great. And then I've got work experience, and then blah 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 blah. And yeah, just, I think that's basically everything. My room is a mess, by the way. I don't know if you cannot see that, by the way. I'm gonna show you me in like the light, but I will show you my room because it is currently crazy. And my hair's a mess too. Okay, so the fan's over there, and then we also have my bed. My bed is quite messy. Oh my god. Yeah, someone needs to clean the room. And then I got my clothes here, my sliding doors, and then we got the little mural kind of thing, whatever. And then we also got my desk, which is questionable, with a lot of receipts just there. And then what else can I show you? That's it, I think. Maybe that's it. I need to clean that, by the way. Don't worry, I'll be on the lookout. I will clean it, guys. I will clean it. But yeah, I think that's basically it for this. I am extremely hot. I don't think I can do this any longer, so I'm going to leave it there. I also bought this shirt today for I would show you. It's literally just a plain white t-shirt, which I'll wear tomorrow. So yeah. What can I say? Like, I feel like I look so different compared to like last year because I've also been more confident in like showing my beauty a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, I will see you guys next year. I will see you guys when I'm in. Oh my god, I'm gonna be accepted into unis. What? I'm gonna be accepted into a uni next year. Maybe not even a uni. I don't know. I'm gonna be in year. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so old. I'm not growing. I'm gonna be old. I'm also like very nervous. No, I'm not nervous. Hopefully everything goes well. I don't know. Just gonna see what happens. Yeah. Bye bye. I don't know what to say.